Space. Earth. In the near future, at the end of the 20th century. Nuclear war has engulfed the planet.
Those that know me well enough know I love a decent, well-crafted video game, which does what exactly it says on the tin: entertain me for hours on end. However, today we're buried with hyper-realistic bullcrap and swept away in a flood of generic shooters that are about as fun as standing in a pool of shit while being hosed down with elephant piss. Enter Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon by Ubisoft, an arcade title at the sweet price of 1200 points. And oh man, this is what I've been missing out on for so long. It's retro, it's badass, it's a throwback to the 80s where movies were about kicking ass, brutal violence and blowing shit up with famous catchphrases like "Get to the chopper!" Now, I might have been born in '88, but that's 2 years I spent sitting on my old man's lap watching Arnie, Van Damme, Seagal, or whatever was on VHS at the time. That 2 years was the best beginning anyone could have and started my love affair with brutal action movies and of course eventually video games. The year is 2007 and you're Cyber Commando Rex Power Colt, a badass on a mission to fuck shit up, take names and get the goddamn job done. However, during a mission things go tits up and you end up losing your best buddy. And you don't fuck with somebody's best buddy and not expect to get 10 ton of C400 shoved up your ass and have your shit blasted to Mars. The main story in Blood Dragon is shown through still images which would remind anyone old enough blasting their memory to a tree of classic euphoria of emotion from their childhood, where they spent half their life in an arcade and the other half sneaking into cinema screens to see Arnie in The Terminator, Van Damme in Cyborg, or whatever badass movie was around at the time. There's also references galore in this title, and you even get to use that legendary pistol that delivered justice on perps and scum alike from that badass classic RoboCop. The music in this game is also incredible, doused with electronica. You'd think Daft Punk themselves had done the soundtrack. It will remind people of films like Tron and even The Terminator. Just listen to this menu music. Visually, Blood Dragon is dark and broody with neon lights. There's no colourful lush vegetation here. Think Escape to New York meets Cyborg, who get pissed up in their local then punch Tron in the face. The gameplay is fun as hell, with plenty of weapons and explosives to cause havoc. The controls handle much like Far Cry 3. If you haven't played Far Cry 3, heck, maybe you've never played a first person shooter before. Don't worry, there's an incredible tutorial for idiots right at the beginning of the game.
Activate tutorial programs for Sergeant Rex Power Colt.
Acknowledged. Loading basic tutorial batch 101 from Military Navigation for Idiots. Auto-holstering weapons for silent approach.
Oh, you fucking asshole.
Now have fun!
Surely after that incredible tutorial, you'll be shoving your blade through people's necks, using their future bow, blasting people's heads off, upgrading weapons, completing quests, leveling up, and giving the finger to dragons. Yes, you can literally flip off anyone that you take a disliking to.
He gave me the finger, so I gave him 5 back.
There's also some first grade voice acting in this game. It's just so good, and there's so many memorable quotes in this game, along with F-bombs left, right and centre.
Wakey, wakey, motherfucker! Mark 4 style, motherfucker!
Not to mention references to other video games and even Ubisoft's own titles. It breaks the rules of today's games. It's so wrong to kill innocents. Want to hear what Rex has to say about that?
Please, don't hurt me. I cured Asperger's, you know? It's like, it's the stuff that everyone's dealing with. It's Asperger.
Eat monkey shit, you cyber cockfucker.
Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon would take around 5 to 6 hours to finish, maybe longer depending on how you play it. For an arcade title, it's a must-own, it's a no-brainer. It's unique, it's a brilliant shooter, and it stands out amongst the monotonous turd that hasn't changed in the last 8 years. The game's crazy, but most of all it feels and plays like a proper video game. None of this pretentious plot crap that we're in some fucking multiverse bullshit. It's straight up 80s love and it's in its bucket loads. If you was born in the last 10 years, then it's probably not for you. You probably shouldn't really be watching this fucking video either. Unless your dad was some badass and knows that he must teach you the way of real action and not some silly spandex, look at me, I'm a superhero bullshit. I digress. Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon is a damn good video game that's come out of nowhere, and I give this game my highest recommendation and a badass score of 10 out of 10. Now get out of here and kick some cyberpunk bitch ass into oblivion.